But hey, once again, thanks for joining Fifth Quarter Coaching. It's great to be with you and have the opportunity to invest once again in you as you're advancing the game and impacting your sphere of influence in a positive way over there. We appreciate what you do on the front lines. And today I think will be a very special treat for you all. Congratulations to all of our German coaches. I know we've got coaches from about 11 different countries that have registered for this thing. But to our German coaches, congratulations to you for getting your season started this weekend. We are just excited that you're back doing what you love to do and playing the game again. It's been a long time coming. Today we've got a special guest. You're going to enjoy Coach Jody Wright. Before we do that, I want to let you know of upcoming. We've got a power conference scheduled for July 17th. It's going to be our next conference. It's going to be live. It's a live conference in Austin, Texas, but we're making it available, the online link to it, to the live edition, to all of our European international coaches through Fifth Quarter. You still will need to register so that we can send you the link, and we'll also be sending you a code as you register that gives you a 100% discount on the cost. The coaches here in the States have to pay for that. And so we're going to allow our international coaches to come for free. All you got to do is register, get the code. But we've got the strength and conditioning coach for the Philadelphia Eagles that's going to be with us that day. Strength and conditioning coach for the Los Angeles Chargers will be with us that day. So any of your coaches that are your strength and conditioning guys or gals will need to be with us. We are going to record it. But you still need to register so that you can get the link to the recording and apply the discount to it. I'll send all that out to you. It'll all be on the Fifth Quarter website for you, but that's July 17th. Most of you will be playing games. We know that, but we want to let you know about that and let you know that it's going to be available to you. Well, let's get right to it. Coach Jody Wright is with the New York Giants. He's an offensive assistant up there. He has spent 16 years as a coaching veteran, 14 years in the college ranks. So he understands the college game. And as we were talking earlier, it's kind of good because a lot of the college game is coming to the pros now. Really wild. But came to the Giants from the Cleveland Browns. Before that, in the collegiate game, was an associate head coach of the University of Alabama Birmingham Blazers. In Conference USA here in the States, spent 2 coaching stints at the University of Alabama, Jacksonville State, and was at Mississippi State. Did I cover everything, Coach Wright, there?
That's it.
Above all else, he is married to Meredith. And listen to this. How many days ago did you just have your 3rd child, Jody?
Right, about 30 days ago.
30 days ago. So you know he's not getting a lot of sleep. And he's excited about being with us, though, and investing in us. So what we've done, what Coach?
Guys, I want to welcome you all today. Jody Wright. I'm excited to be part of this presentation for 5Q Coaching. And I want to talk to you today a little bit about some ball security and running back drills that we do every day here at the New York Giants. All right, first off, when we talk about ball security, that's one of the most important things we believe that has to do with winning or losing football games in the National Football League, collegiate level, high school, all the way down. We say it all the time to our players. It's all about the ball, the ball, the ball. You know, first things we're going to do, we kind of teach a 4-point, 5-point thing with our ball security. So we're basically going to have, we believe it's our hand, our arm, bicep, elbow, and basically closing the back door. So again, when we hold a football, we always tell our players we want it high and tight. We want our wrist above our elbow in here to the pocket of the bicep. We want to cross our chest, right? Cross our chest. We don't want the ball, whenever the ball is below the elbow, it can be knocked out. So we want our wrist above our elbow. We don't want it just high and tight here. We want it to cross our chest, or if it's hit that way, it's absorbed by our body. With the balls out like this, it can be hit, knocked out. And we also talk to our players all the time about closing the back door. If the elbow's out, the ball can be punched. Here, a lot of times guys will punch the ball down. We teach our defense, ripping the hands off, whatever. But basically, we talk about 5 points of contact: our hand, arm, bicep, and elbow. Our 5th thing we would talk about in traffic, sometimes grabbing your offhand and covering your wrist like this, all right? Some guys see it like this. You can still get the ball punched down. We touch just like this, tight across our elbow. Some other things you'll see in some of our drills today, we also do a big emphasis on we catch the football. When we catch the football, basically, we're going to use a diamond shape. Anything above our chest, we're going to catch a diamond, believing our index and our thumb are the strongest part of our hand. Anything below our waist, we'll use a pinky technique like this when we're catching the ball. We always teach our guys try to frame and catch the front part of the football. When you catch the back half, a lot of times it'll absorb in your body, it can ricochet. We don't ever want our players trying to clamp the football, one hand this way, one hand that way. A lot of times it'll hit your body, ricochet up, cause interceptions. So big emphasis, we want to frame it, see it with our eyes, pluck it front part of the football, catch high, tight, pluck and tuck, and ball security. You'll see some examples of that on a lot of the drills we have today, as well as our film. So I'm going to grab the film right here and we'll get started. First thing we're going to do today, guys, we're going to talk about a drill we call stumble bomb. Basically, this drill we do a lot. You can have it offensive players. We a lot of times do it with offensive players, ball carrying, defensive players will be the tackler, etc. All right, so basically on the drill, we'll get 2 lines. All right, we're going to be working across the field. Every third step on the coach's command, we will tell them to put their palms down like they're being tackled, losing their balance, putting their hand down. And a lot of times it's just natural. When you put your hand down, your elbow and stuff come up, the ball comes away from the body. All right, so the defenders, we're teaching them, to strip and punch for the loose ball there behind. All right, so we're going to be, main thing right here on the drill, show a couple examples here and different variations of the drill. All right, so right here we got the offensive players. Right here, Evan Ingram, one of our tight ends. All right, as you see right there, every third step, he's putting his palm on the ground like he's losing his balance. He's made contact, trying to keep his feet to gain extra yards. There's the defender trying to secure the tackle. He sees the guy go down. He's trying to punch at the ball. All right, when he's going down, he's trying to punch. When he's coming up, a lot of times we're telling him to rip the fingers off the football. Rip the fingers off the football. Also, we said like a can opener technique, because a lot of times this is natural. You're worried about your balance, put your hand on the ground, and you get loose with the ball security. It's coming back here, as you can see. We want to close that back door. 57, good job here. Almost gets the ball out right there a little bit. All right, he's trying to rip at it, get it loose. All right, here he is right there, he gets it. All right, boom. Sunlight through that back door, punches it out. Good example right there of a defensive player. All right, here we go. Next one up. Same thing. He's trying to rip and tear right here. Every third step, stand down the line. We don't want to really pull the defenders. We're just mainly attacking the ball right here. We don't want to push the guys down, all that. Just the main ball security drill right here. All right, punching and ripping the defender. The main thing you got to do is keep the nose of the football up when you're going down and tight across your body. Elbow up. Tight across your body, nose of the football up. All right, so right here, the defender, he's trying to punch, secure at the top because it's across his chest, nothing out the back door. All right, there they are trying to rip at the wrist, rip the fingers off, whatever part of the body you can do as a defender. All right, there's a good example right here. Got it, have the top secured, boom, he's not squeezing it, pressure gets knocked out. All right, here's a back camera angle at 57 again. Gets 58, as you can see right there, get some sunlight in the back part. Run that one. 57 right there, good punch out. As you can see right there, sunlight in that back door. You should never see the football. If your elbow's tight and the ball is across your chest, you should never see the ball from behind as a defender. 57 does a good job right there, knocking the ball out, scoop and score. All right, coming back here, same thing. Good job by the offensive guy right there. Good ball security. There's our quarterbacks right here. Real important for them. Same deal. All right, we're trying to rip, punch, rip. All right, here's some game application. We always try to do our drills. If it's a drill, we want it to be a drill that relates to the game. So we try to find things that happen to them in a game. Try to simulate a drill that can replicate what's going to happen in the game the most. All right, so right here, 87, good catch right here. All right, good ball security. Starts to get his offhand there. All right, there he goes. See, there he goes. His hand's on the ground just like the drill. The ball swings out a little bit. Luckily, he was toward the tight end though, but he still had pretty good security right there. All right. Next one right here, another game example. Back view. Here's a good example of a linebacker punching out a ball. Last year against the Buccaneers, 54 right here, the linebacker right here in the middle. Running backs could catch a check down. Boom. Runner's not down. He's made contact. He doesn't have the top of the ball secure. Boom. He's coming in, punching it off. Another good game example right here. Going to the ground, get loose with the ball. Don't have the back door tucked. Another good back shot of it. There it is. Doesn't have his wrist above his elbow. Defender comes in, punches the top part of the ball, and fumbles. Couple more game examples right here. Another defender's got the first down. Trying to turn, make sure he gets the first down, loses his balance. Watch his offhand here. We'll go to this shot of it. See right there, loses his balance, hand goes down just like the drill. Doesn't have his wrist above his elbow, tight across his body, want the point of the football up. Defender does a good job coming in there, punching it, knocking it loose. Back shot, here's a good shot of Ezekiel Elliott. Same deal right here. Getting loose with the ball out of his cut, swinging across his body, as you can see right there. We never want to be able to see this back door right here, right? All that air. All you got to do is touch the football. It's going to come out. All right, so here he goes. He's going down, trying to get his hand on the ground. Guess what? That ball's loose. Just a little tap, not even a hard tap by the defensive lineman, knocks the ball loose, fumble. Here's a good example of a quarterback. Like I said, all our position players doing this drill. Same thing right here as a quarterback, all right? Starts losing his balance. He's stumbling around, loose with the ball. There it goes, hand on the ground. Any type of contact, boom, ball's loose right there. All right, here's some good examples. All right, so right here, for 41 right here, the running back. Catches the ball. He's going down. Good job. Puts his hand on the ground. As you can see, we cannot see the ball from behind. That's a good shot. Good ball security right there. All right, here we go at the end of the ball game. Stumbling around right here. Good ball security. We'll go ahead and go to the back shot right here, 22. There he goes. He's going to the ground. He's got that ball high and tight. Comes back up with it. All right, we always tell our players to get the ball back to the official. All right, so moderations. All right, like I said, you can do the exact same drill. Here it is being simulated with bags. All right, so right here, we're just doing some bags right here to simulate doing it. All right, where we don't have to partner up. All right, so we're going around the bags right here. As you can see right here, it's pretty good. When he's coming around, we should never see any sunlight or the football from behind. All right. Pretty good job how he's got his wrist above his elbow right here, all right, tight across his chest. All right, the reason we're doing it, basically where they can't put two hands on the ball, they have to touch the bag with their other offhand. As you can see right there, he comes through the back, eyes stay up. Pretty good job right there. Same thing right there. Now this is not good right here. As you can see, what's wrong with this one? There's his wrist. All right, it's below his elbow. You can see the ball, so any defender coming up from behind or in the front is probably going to be able to knock that ball out. All right. All right, just some more shots from the ground. All right, different angle. We do this with helmets, not helmets. Like I said, we're going to work some type of ball security. tackling and defenders knocking the ball out every single day. Pretty good job here, right there. You do not see the football. You see his elbow. He's got it tight across his chest. All right, keeping his eyes up. All right, right there, we do see the football. So a good punch by the defender's probably going to knock that out, front or back. All right, quarterback here. All right, a little too much sunlight there. All right, starting to squeeze it back a little bit more, but we'd probably like to see that a little bit tighter. All right, same thing right there. Got to get it tight. All right, also another drill we're going to do. Even though we know we never run with 2 footballs in a game, all right, we do this drill basically to overemphasize where you have to kind of squeeze your core, keeping both balls high and tight and just moving through contact. All right, so right here, we're just going to make them do a simple step over the bag, lateral quickness, in and out of the hole, both bags up, and then we're going to make them jump and finish. All right, we want them to finish right here through the 2 guys with some type of ball disruption they're trying to hit. All right, same thing, wrist above your elbow, you want your eyes up. Sometimes we'll give a number right here, 2, whatever it is, to make sure they got their eyes up, trusting their feet. All right, boom, boom, there he goes. Overemphasizing, that's good ball security right there. All right, that's perfect. Wrist above his elbow, tight across his chest. All right, as you can see, there's no way a defender could get the ball out from behind. All right, this is a really good example right there, good ball security. All right, here we go. The reason we do this drill, make them step over bags. A lot of times it's just natural for guys when they're stepping, their elbows are gonna come out naturally. All right, so right here, you see a lot of times guys making a jump in a hole, cutting off a defender, and they go and swing the ball. This guy right here swings the ball right there, gets it better a little bit later. So we're kind of simulating stepping over tight spaces in traffic, having the ball tight. Just some more drills we'll do. All right, we also simulate. Another time a lot of fumbles happen is when you're trying to stiff arm a defender or it's the second guy. We make our offensive linemen do this, everybody. All right, so we got a coach right here with a bag. Basically, if you don't have ropes, you can just let the other guy stand behind. And basically what happens, when he's punching with his offhand, we want the other defender to pull. As you can see, these straps they have right here, they're pulling the ball like somebody's ripping it off from behind them. All right. We always tell them we want to simulate almost like you're in a fight. You don't want to lunge. You want to be able to keep your body. But basically, when that guy's tight enough for you to punch him in the face, we want a short, violent punch as a stiff arm. All right, but at the same time, when we stiff arm, you might not see a guy behind you trying to knock or strip the ball out from behind. All right, so here it is with the skill players, the receivers right here. All right, same thing, stiff arm. All right, just working that against the defender trying to come in and tackle them. All right. Pressure from the outside guy trying to strip the ball. All right, pretty good ball security right there across your chest. All right, so we're gonna go down with the right, come back with the left right there. All right, here's some strip outs and punch outs, how this applies to games. We always like to show our guys, hey guys, we're not just doing this drill to do this drill. It's gonna show up in the game. All right, so right here, you see a defender. Basically, he's got his eyes on the other guy. He strips all the way down through the ball. Good job by Baltimore getting the ball out right there. All right, so right here we are, same type of drill. All right, so we're gonna have the second man right here. They're stripping the ball, stumble bums, more drills right here. So right here, we're stiff arming right here. All right, now what we're doing with the defender, we're also gonna work, our defensive guys are working on when a guy stiff arms them to chop it down, get it out of the way, anticipate it, get their arm out of the way, secure the tackle. A lot of times we always tell our players, it's the defender you can't see. All right, so your emphasis are you're stiff arming this guy. All right, your eyes are on him. It's a guy coming from behind that's punching or stripping that's going to knock the ball out a lot of times. All right, good job right here. All right, he kind of got loose with it at the end. He's concentrating on that guy. All right. Second man strips, what we call this drill. All right. Main thing, we're going to work across the field. All right, and the opposite defender, all right, he is going to be basically the guy that can't see. The second man, he's trying to strip the ball out. All right, so here we go. Right here, 84, this is offense versus defense right here. Like I said, you can mix these drills up any way you'd like. All right, we want him to stay on that line. He's stiff arming, all his emphasis right there, making sure when he does the stiff arm, we want the other guy punching and ripping. All right. Good job, defender right there chopping down the strip arm. All right, we want to go down with our right or left and then come back with the opposite arm. All right, right there. He's trying to punch him away. Good job right here. Off man, he waits. All right, as soon as he gets there, boom. All right, good violent punch right on the nose of the ball, knocks it loose. All right, here's some good examples in games to keep this from happening. .88 right there in traffic. There comes the stiff arm. All right, like we said, the guy you don't see, you really don't see 35 to the last minute. All right, but does a good job of securing the ball, stiff arming. He's got it good tight across his body. All right, right there at the end, 35 has no surface to punch the football out. Same thing right here, another good example. All right, 88 again, swinging a little bit there, we don't like initially. All right, there comes this guy, he's trying to stiff arm, get out of the way. All right, there they are, stripping the ball to the end, all right. We always teach the defense. First guy, whatever's securing the tackle, the next guy's coming in, trying to get the ball out. Here's this example in practice. Pretty good right here by the offense, but just the players. We practiced this earlier in practice that day, seeing it showing up. All right, there we are. Second man coming in, trying to rip the ball out. All right, offensive guy does a good job. All right, getting his offhand on the ball right there, keeping it tight across his chest. All right, here's another drill we like to do. We call this catch, tuck, and also emphasis with an angle tackle. All right, just some drills we'll work right here. All right, we're going to have the quarterbacks go throw the ball to a runner. Coach will be there with a bag. All right, and the defender on the throw, they're going to hit the ground, pop up, like they're going to have to tackle in space, and they're execute an angle tackle, all right? So the drill is going to start when the offensive player catches the ball down here. Sometimes we'll just have a coach on this side. Quarterback has to throw the ball away from the defender, or we'll make them catch it and kind of go through a little bit of a gauntlet, getting used to two guys hitting them. And basically, we'll have two lines of defenders right here, you'll see. All right, so this line's going first. As soon as he's gone, the next guy will go. He's going to do an up-down. He's going to pop up. And he's going to come in. And what we tell these guys, same thing with our tackling, all right? We want to be under control, all right? We don't want to hop or stop our feet. All right, and basically scallop in there with our front foot forward. All right, it's a good job right here. We're telling the runner basically take the guy's leverage away, stick him, explode opposite, all right? Right here, 21, as you can see, the defender kind of skinnies him up, runs right down the middle, gets him to stop his feet, sits back on his heels, got no chance to make a tackle. The other thing we do, we tell our players, when they're making a cut across, bring the ball with you high and tight, all right? Good job by the defender right here, never stops his feet. We kind of just tell him to throttle down. He throttles down right there. Main thing, we're just working on our angles of tackling right here. And the defender is basically pressing a defender, making a move off of him, working on your run in the open field. Main thing, we want that make the defender to do what? We want him to stop his feet, sit back in a chair, and we can cut across his face. All right? If he comes in too high, a lot of times we tell them if you can see their numbers, and the defender was coming in way too high right here, you know you can cut across their body. We don't want to make the cut too far from the defender. This is Sandro Platzgammer right here. He's from Austria, part of our international program. Really good young man, is doing a really good job for us. So right here, this is the other part of the drill, just throwing it away from the defender. He's going to catch it, tight turn, basically try to go up a strip line. He got this guy to kind of settle his feet, all right? We call this our catch, tuck, angle. So the defenders and offensive guys, really good for our open space tackling. Right here again, got him to stop his feet. Chance. All right, here's an example of a bad entry. All right, as you can see right here. All right, he comes in way too high on him. He can see his numbers like I talked about. He's really high, you can see his numbers, so he's going to get him to stop his feet and cut across his face. Same thing here. We never want as a tackler to click our heels. All right? We always want a good staggered base with our inside foot aiming toward the defender. We always want to keep the ball in front and inside of us as a tackler. In front and inside of us. All right? Use the sideline as your extra tackler. Good job right here by the offensive guy. As you can see, when he makes his cut, he brings the football with him. All right? We don't want a loose ball. All right, here's some application in the game, just how to show up. Same kind of deal, open field, all right, a bit of a high angle, all right, misses the tackle, all right. When we say high angle, we basically want this guy coming inside out, all right. The sideline can be his extra defender, all right. He comes down, high angle. Guy kind of sees his numbers. He knows he can stick him across his face. All right, the defender's feet are too far together. That's a bad job, bad entry right there. All right, here's a good shot, 88 on 24 right here. Kind of freezes him up. He's going to cut across his body. Good job with his ball security right there at the end. All right, here's another drill we do. Circle chase. All right, you can kind of see right here. All right, we're going to face the defenders on the command. We're going to turn. We'll have a runner here, defender here. So one defender's chasing from behind. The next defender is going to be like he's coming down. Got to tackle in space. The runner, we just want a one-cut runner right here. We don't want all dancing, just one cut and go. All right, so right here, we got the offensive guy right here in the blue. All right, he's going to start. 47's like a guy covered him. This is another guy that's basically like in pursuit. He's going to catch the ball in the cone. All right, 47's going to be on the outside. He's basically like we talked about, the defender you don't see. All right, so the guy catches the ball, good ball security. He knows he's about to be in traffic, good offhand on the ball right there. All right, this is the defender he thinks he's got to beat. All right, like we talked about, the off defender we don't see a lot of times is the one that's, we're teaching this guy to punch, rip, do whatever, all right? Pretty good job by 49 right there using the sideline as leverage, all right, tagging him off, all right? So there's another angle of it. All right, he's going to catch it. Type turn. All right, so one defender, these two defenders, offensive guy, defensive guy facing the quarterback. He's going to run in the cone, catch the ball. The next guy's going to do like a circle, like he's coming from the backside. All right, make the tackle. We call this circle chase. All right, he's going to catch it. All right, he's grabbing cloth back here. See it? All right, this ball right here. Wrist below his elbow. Not good ball security right there. He ends up getting it back at the end. The defender, though, is trying to punch it out. Next guy, first guy right there is getting in position to secure the tackle. All right, there we go. So he's going to stick this guy, try to make a move on him. Second guy is trying to strip the ball. Here's some examples of this showing up in games. All right, so here we go. Here's 57. He's the guy circle chasing. Here's the other guy. Just ran around the cone, get in position to make the tackle, all right? There goes 57. 33 doesn't see him. Here he comes around, and you can see he secures, kind of grabs him on the waist, and he's trying to rip the ball out. Here's another game example. Same thing right here. All right. Here's the guy chasing from behind. He doesn't really see. His eyes on the defender. All right. He's trying to skinny him up to make a cut one way or the other. Kind of got his feet froze right there. All right. Good ball security at the end because this guy's doing what? He's trying to chop it down. Another game example right here. All right, same thing. Here's the drill. All right, he catches it. All right, here's the guy trying to chase him. All right, he's got his eyes right here on him, trying to make him move. Here's the guy chasing from behind. Good job getting the ball high and tight. Right there, wrist above his elbow, across his body there at the end. Same thing right here, good example of a quarterback. There he comes in, doesn't see 94, got his eyes on 37, swinging the ball right there, not good at the end, at least he gets it across his body. We always got, if 94 would have had another step or two, he could get that ball out, all right? There he comes at the very end trying to get it. But here we go again. Guy breaks out. All right, there's the first guy. He's got his eyes on 37. Again, who's the guy? The guy he does not see. 29 trying to rip the ball out. There he goes. Good job by the defense trying to rip it out. 41, good job with the ball security. All right, we'll go through a couple of running back drills real quick. All right, right here, guys, same thing. Running backs, we do a lot every day. The two balls just to overemphasize the body lean, getting our eyes up. We're just going to do simple 2 feet in the hole and make a cut off the defender right here, all right? Overemphasizing the two balls, getting their body lean, having to stress their core, wrist above their elbows, tight across their chest. There's Sandro again, making a cut. All right, here we go with just our one ball, same deal. We're gonna make a cut right there. All right, here we go with just drills we like to call stick and open. All right, so right here, here's Sandro again. All right, so what we're doing right here, this is like sticking our foot and coming in and out of a cut. Boom, he's gonna stick his foot, stick his right foot, come right back down, and then we'll come back and do it the same way. All right, getting through, stick, explode back through, and bring the footballs with you, all right? Some lateral quickness drill right here with Saquon. We're just gonna emphasize right here, pressing blocks, all right, making a move, making a good cut move in tight spaces. All right, we like the garbage can, whatever we can do where they have to press a defender, make them miss, all right? Eyes up the whole time, good ball security. When we make these cuts in tight spaces, we want to keep the ball tight, a lot of strong defensive linemen, linebackers' hands in there. It's going to be ripping across the ball. There's Sandro, good job right there. All right, here we go with our outside zone, wide zone read. Same thing right here. We're just working on one cut. We want to press the tight end. We're going to read the defensive end like we're running an outside zone stretch play. Boom. He's going to stick it. The guy maintains outside leverage. He's going to stick it, get north and south, all right? Just trying to work stuff that's going to show up in the game. A lot of times just a muscle memory of doing it over and over. Guys getting used to doing it. Just giving them a read. All right, defender's out, they're in. Defender's in, they're cutting out. Read the defensive end there. All right. Here we are, come back. We'll go right side and left side on these. Good stick there. All right, here we are again, just doing same kind of thing with our inside zone, whatever you can simulate in the game. So these cans right here, just simulating our offensive lineman. We're just going to press the guard right here. All right. He stays outside the B gap. We're going to stick it, keep it tight in the A gap. All right, just any type of our zone plays. Right here he goes. This time run it to our left. All right, he's reading the first down lineman. That down lineman keeps his leverage outside. He's going to press the heels of the offensive lineman, and cut it back. All right, it's just basically getting our running backs to understand that you want to press the heels of the lineman, all right, and make the linebackers suck up. And defensive linemen, if you make your, I always tell them, if you make your cut too far in the backfield, these guys have a chance to disengage and get off and make a tackle. So we'll really press the heels of the offensive lineman, keeping our shoulders square and eyes up. So again, everything we do though, guys, we're ball security, high and tight, all right, and keeping all that up.
All right. Thank you, Coach Wright. Great job there. Good stuff. Great drills. And I wrote it down, secure the tackle first, right? And then strip the ball.
That's right.
And I love the fact that you highlighted one of our European players, man. That was pretty classy of you. I didn't tell you to do that, but I thought, how cool was that to see one of our guys that is coming from Europe and playing over here in the system. So thanks for doing that. So I want to turn over to Mario for some question and answers. And again, if you've got questions, put them into the F&A box there so Mario can share those with Coach Wright. And let's get after it, Mario.
Yeah, so right now we don't have too many questions, but I have some questions because you showed the white zone drill, you know, when the running back is pressing the read. So my question is, what do you tell them, like coaching point wise? Because I heard several things, you know, you can go on YouTube and you can read, go to whatever clinic stuff. Some say, hey, you want to cut at the 5th step, decision on the 3rd step. You mentioned press the heels of the O lineman. I heard before press until you can't and all that stuff. What are you telling your guys on outside zone?
On outside zone, you know, basically, if we're going to be under center, we drop step and we tell them to run at the outside, basically butt cheek of the tight end. If we're running to a tight end, if it's to an open side where there's no tight end, we tell them to imagine there's a ghost tight end and run at the outside of a ghost tight end. Now, if we're doing any play action fake or like a naked fake where we're faking outside zone, we tell them to basically go an extra person to even pull the linebackers even more on a fake. But our normal step, we're just telling them to press, you know, the outside, basically hip of the tight end. And once they press it, basically we tell them, you know, press as much as you can up into the heels to make basically we're going to read the guy that's the end man on the line of scrimmage, defensive end. So if he's out, you're sticking your outside foot north and south. If he's in, press it and go. But basically it's a one cut run. All right. The worst thing we can tell them to do is be indecisive and patter your feet because all the defense is coming that way. You know, but we felt a lot of time, you know, especially if your offensive linemen aren't able to gain leverage where they can actually move them, that basically they're going to push you by the vision of the back and you'll stick it and get north and south.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's a good point. So that's what I have to tell my running backs as well, because on outside zone they cut too early, you know. But I think we will get there. Okay.
And another coaching point we say basically stretch, basically, you know, till you can or you get the read, and then you stick to puncture, stretch and puncture where it's a violent stick and go. Yeah. Because, you know, it's going to be defenders coming. So that's kind of a couple of our selling points.
Okay. So we got one question in from Roscoe Baptist, I think, from the Frankfurt area. So he's asking, what kind of drills are there that you'll use to improve the pass blocking skills as a running back? Maybe you can also implement some coaching points, like 2-3 key coaching points on pass blocking skills.
The main coaching points we tell our running backs on pass protection skills is usually we're, you know, in all of our protections in a perfect world, we're always blocking a linebacker or a defensive back. All right. We tell them if they're blitzing and you're responsible for them, go meet them in the hole where the offensive linemen are. Don't sit back and wait, because the more you sit back and wait, you're basically in the quarterback's spear and you're going to get knocked because they're running full speed. They're getting knocked in the quarterback. we always tell them to have their hat on their inside number. So we want to stay on the defender's inside number, right? We're basically, we don't want to let them get the closest point to A to B to the quarterback. And also, when we make contact, we don't, just like when we're tackling, we don't want our feet parallel. We want to stagger, basically, in our stance. We want our feet square, eyes up, and we want to just make contact, elbows tight, hit on the rise. You know, some of the main coaching points we do. And we always tell them, too, we want to keep our head back. So when we punch, it's like our head and hands on the same. So a lot of times we'll take a bag and hold it, or you can just use a shoulder and basically you just, chop your feet, punch, step into contact. And when you punch, you want to bring your head too. Your head and your arms are synced. So tight elbows, punch, head back. All right. So we try to keep those in sync. But, the main thing we always tell them, you don't ever want to freeze your feet. Keep your feet hot and, basically a stagger in your stance, right? And we always talk to them about keeping your cleats in the ground. Don't be hopping, because if you're hopping, you have no power. You're going to get knocked off. So cleats in the ground. That's what we talk to them a lot about. They're in steps, they're inside steps of their cleats in the ground constantly.
Yeah. So we have another question from Coach Mirko, and I'm just going to read it. So regarding the open field drill, can you be more specific with when you see the number cut across, and how close do you want the ball carrier to get before he cuts across?
All right, a lot of times that's a great question. Depends on how athletic they are. But we always tell them, if you could see all his numbers, he's standing up too tall. So if he's standing up too tall, he's going to have to false step to tackle you. So a lot of times, we tell them we want, the defender doesn't know which way we're going to run. All right. So we always tell them to skinny them up. So run right at them, try to freeze them down the middle and cut one way or the other. But basically we're saying if they're coming at an angle and you see their numbers, a lot of times they're going to overrun you and you can cut back either way on them. But that's just kind of same thing. When we talk to our defensive players, we're telling them, pad level down, scallop in, they can adjust. But the taller they are, you're going to be able to cut across a lot. And we tell our guys, depending on their athletic ability, we like for them to get, almost where they could reach out and touch them before they make their cut. Because we think the more you attack them, the more you can cut off them. If you make the cut too far, then they know which way you're going.
Absolutely. So basically setting the defender up and then making your decision based on what he did.
Yes, we call it skinny him up, go down the middle and skinny him up and go, but we kind of like for them to get back on their heels or freeze their feet, as much as we can.
Okay. So
we practice that every drill we do, offensive plays, and we tell the defense, we're not going full speed hitting every day, but whether it's a coach back there, extra safety, a running back, run it something. Don't just run to run. Run it something. Imagine you've got to set somebody up and make a move, and burst. Same thing with the ball, just, practicing. We believe a lot in muscle memory, and that once you do something over, you kind of develop a callus on your muscles and you just get used to doing it,
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and I fully can only underline what you just said. If you make things that apply in the game, makes way more sense. And I've said it before to all the German coaches, film your drills. Okay. Film the drills and show the guys. Okay. So I have another question. So what I have with my running backs also, so we run pistol a lot, Jody. So that puts us in a situation that we are really far from the line of scrimmage. So when we want to attack on a play downfield, let's say a dive play or inside zone, whatever, it takes forever, to get there. And the other thing is the running back is in a bad position because he doesn't see the snap, right? Mm-hmm. So all he sees maybe is the elbow movement or, the quarterback movement. And right now we don't have people in the stands, but hopefully that will change. Yeah. So I want to know, it's like when you run out of so deep, like pistol formation, also running an inside-ish play, how do you tell them like to play it fast and then explode? How to do this properly?
Yeah, pistol, one of the main things we do, and I love the pistol formation. And one thing we like to do is we like to start out and gun and hop to the pistol, or be in the pistol and hop to gun, just to mess with the defense. But with the snap count, when we're in pistol, so we're usually about 1.5 to 2 yards behind the quarterback. And we tell them to peripheral the offensive guards. So when the guards move, because they're going to be the closest one to the center, they should see the ball move first and here. So when they see the guards move, then they know to move. And a lot of times, because different backs are going to be faster in their steps and stuff. And, we're going to tell them, hey, outside zone and stuff, drop step, aim, but we also tell them you've got to tempo to execute. So we tell them like a natural, you just kind of tempo yourself to know the timing and execution of what you're trying to get done. So if you're in the pistol and you're free releasing on a route, as soon as you see the guards go, boom, you go. Now if it's, a run play and the quarterback's got to catch it, then move out of the way and hands you the ball, it's kind of like, hey, you got a tempo for the play. But we tell them to see the offensive guards. When they move, then to move. It's kind of our best indicator in the pistol.
Okay. So another question that maybe I have, cut blocking.
Yes.
So I tell my guys, okay, step on the toes of the guy, explode through the thigh, swing through the crotch, eyes up, get the head out of the cut blocking. Can you talk us through a little bit cut blocking?
Yeah, that's a lot of good coaching points. Now, we don't like to cut on the inside. We'll only cut outside of a tackle, really. Now, if they're kind of getting run over last minute, we just don't like for a lot of bodies to be, blown up between the guards and the tackles, and kind of fear that it could even fall into the quarterback, especially if we miss. But outside the tackle, so if the offensive line's sliding this way and we're cutting right off the edge, same thing we talked about. We want to step with our inside foot and basically step on the defender's foot, crotch. And we always tell them to hit on the rise, kind of like in tackling with your eyes up. We talk about biting the football, kind of like blocking people, almost like you're biting them on the way up, because it's going to help you cut a little more, and staying up. But, we're the same way. The main thing you got to do is if you cut too early, you're not going to have power, but trying to step on their toes and throw through and up, kind of low to high is kind of our coaching points on it. It's a good deal, especially when we full slide, just gaps, ABC, slide protection, the back's off. A lot of times in the NFL, it's a lot of tall defensive linemen. So sometimes even our 3-step, sometimes we won't cut and we'll just kind of run and try to hit them right here to get their hands down. It's a lot of guys, especially the better defensive linemen, they see the lineman quick set and their arms go up, different things like that. But.
Okay. So we have 2 more questions that are coming in. Great. So one is from Lucas. So how much do you change your pistol alignment according to different plays? So for example, power scheme, zone, pass pro. So do you cheat and tweak there a little bit?
The one thing I like about the pistol, I've always thought that outside zone, it's probably easier for the path for the running back. Inside zone, just because the quarterback's got to get off the midline and everything. I think it's good to do the free release pass game or hop, because if you only do pistol to run outside zone, teams are going to think, ding, 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 here comes a outside zone run play every time you're in it. So we try to hide it, different things. Like I said, I like being in pistol, hop into the gun, run your play. In the gun, hop to pistol last minute, run the play. Different things like that. But we try to be able to run most all of our schemes out of the gun or pistol as well. Just to be versatile, or, teams don't think every time you're in pistol, it's a run, and it's this type of run, an outside zone run or something.
Okay.
But,
and Jody, do you also cheat on the depth of the running back depending on the play?
We do. Now, we try to just different skill sets. So, like, Saquon Barkley, the running back we have, is one of the faster ones in the league. A lot of times if we're free releasing, we're gonna cheat. Basically split the outside leg of the tackle. On certain run plays, we're going to be deeper and tighter to the quarterback. The one thing working on defense last year, we would try to find all those tendencies and examples, especially like on the film, you could really tell, or game copies of how, all right, the back's tighter, it's a run play, he's wide and even, he's going to be free release throwing the ball. So it's same thing. We try to tell our backs, like, you can hide it by hopping at the last minute, hide it to pistol at the last minute. But, we also tell them the tempo. So even though you may be a little tighter or even though you're free releasing, you've got to go on the snap to make up for that alignment. So, in a perfect world, we try to keep them all even and everything. Now when we're running any type of outside zone and stuff, we're usually leveling the gun. The inside zones, we're going to be just a tad bit deeper, try to keep our shoulders square and stuff with the footwork. But, we'd like to try to hide them as much as we can.
Okay, awesome. So next question from Coach Mirko. What would be your coaching point for a running back who has to run a flat route?
A flat route? All right. Now we have a couple different flat routes we run. The one we're going to run, if they have no protection responsibilities, he's just catching, free release, going to the flats. All right, so basically we tell them, aim when you cross the line of scrimmage, you want to be about 1 or 2 yards, working to an angle 3 to 5 yards on the sideline. And usually we tell them, especially if it's a free release, no protection responsibilities, as soon as they get 2 yards, go ahead and peek their eyes, peek their eyes over their inside shoulder. We're hoping the quarterback's going to throw it, on their outside shoulder, close to on the sideline. Now, if it's a play fake or we have any type of protection responsibilities, a lot of times we tell them to come out, 3 to 5 and we call it a grab flat kind of. We want to grab the flat defender because usually it's a deeper route over them. So we're telling them to really run with their eyes and grab the person. But also, we tell our backs on a lot of our routes to eye the linebacker because he doesn't know whether they're running vertical, flatten up, wheel, whatever it is. So, give him your eyes, just try to freeze him a little bit, when you gain some leverage on him.
Okay.
But we roll out of our free release. We're just going to, 1, 2, 3, roll and start coming flat, roll off our inside foot.
Okay. So we have another question from Coach Jochen Kern, who's a very experienced running back coach in Germany. And so he wants to know how you coach the steps of your running backs on inside zone out of pistol and out of gun, like open pivot a little bit tighter, whatever. So inside zone from pistol and gun.
Yep. Now our inside zone, just a true tight inside zone that we're going to aim at the inside leg of the guard. We actually drop step. We actually drop step with the closest foot to the quarterback. We drop step, and then our second step is basically crossing over at it, because basically on our third step, we want to be square when we're running at the guard so we can press it and cut back. So we actually drop our inside foot. We actually kind of tweaked that a little bit this year. We drop our inside foot, cross over, take the ball, and then square up. Now, if we're in the pistol, we just kind of lateral step, and the quarterback kind of gives us the midline or whatever. I'm trying to demonstrate. Kind of gives us the midline. So we just kind of basically open step, open roll crossover is kind of what we call it. But the main thing yes. And the main thing we always try to tell our backs, like, whatever step you're doing or timing, and we let them play with a little bit, is have your shoulders square. Your second step, no matter how you're getting their pistol gun, your second step, you want your shoulders square to basically mimic what the offensive line's doing. We tell them, if your shoulders are square and the offensive lineman's square, we're telling them that we ought to see the offensive lineman's number when we're pressing their butts. All right. Because we always tell them, if their butt is turning in the hole and we're turning in the hole, it's a bunch of buttholes in the hole. We don't like that. So, we want to stay square shoulders, running back square shoulders, lineman square shoulders, press, and then we can cut back. So,
okay.
In a perfect world.
So, let me ask you this. So obviously, for sure, NFL is totally different level, and you have so much more schemes. And also, how much do your running backs have to know the O-line calls on protections and all that stuff?
That's a very good question. We basically, on our 6 and 7 man protections, they do have different stuff they have to listen to. Now we have protections that the running back knows. He's got to look at the ID. That's who the line's blocking. He's basically got the next, I call him bird linebacker, after that ID to safety to a corner. And then if none of those guys come, he has to scan all the way back, in some of our 6-man protections. So basically he has to know a lot. The main calls we have to listen for with the offensive line is any type of, Mario, the bear structure, sink, what we would call it Alabama, a 0 technique and 2-3 techniques. If the line says stuff like big on big, 5 on 5, 5-0, he knows the offensive lineman's blocking the 5 closest guys to the line of scrimmage, the big guy. So I basically have, I know it can be linebackers, safeties. I call them birds. Anybody that don't have their hand on the ground's a bird. So any other birds we have to block, so they have to listen to those sort of calls. And then also in some of our protections, a lot of times in our 5-man, if he's going to be free releasing, no protection responsibilities, when we install a flat route, an angle route, whatever it is, he knows I have to peak hot, like the hot's built in, so he knows like 1-2, I got to give him my eyes, we tell them the peripheral, if they see linebackers blitz and they know they're getting it, but they just naturally have to know the ball could come out quick to me.
Yeah, based on what the defense is doing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So if you have a flare route, like a swing route, however you want to call it, yeah, how do you teach that on how the release angle for the running back is, or landmark? I mean, NFL, the hashes are so close. Yeah. It's different, but you coach so many years in college. So what do you tell the running backs regarding the release of the angle? When do the eyes come back, and what is the landmark on such flare routes?
Yeah, in the NFL, where our numbers and stuff are, we basically tell them when you get the numbers, give them your eyes. Now we want to tell them basically, like 1, 2, 3, get out of there, and actually have a natural bend back. So you want to lose basically a half a yard. So then when you're catching it, the quarterback can throw it on your upfield shoulder so you can catch it in stride going up the fields, like what we'd like to do. So basically, you're after 3, probably you're getting out there 3 to 4 steps, start getting your eyes to the quarterback. We try to make it, tell them, as natural as you can, that yard, but get out with width. And just start tempoing it down. If you probably get 2 or 3 yards from the sideline, start stopping. But we kind of expect them probably when you get 5 yards from the sideline, be ready to get the ball and get your eyes across. And hopefully the quarterback's going to put it on your upfield shoulder and you can catch it where your momentum's going to take you up the field where you're not having to stop.
Okay. Then we have one more question from a coach who's probably in through his iPhone or whatever, because I only see the number. Coach, maybe you write your name in the question also, so we know who the question is from. Yeah. So, but he's asking on inside zone. So do you use the phrase slow to, fast through, and how do you teach them to be patient and press it? and it's from Coach My Body Alessio in Berlin.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that's a good phrase I've heard many times. We say a lot of times, patience to the hole, explode through the hole, which is basically what you're saying there. And the main thing we do our ball handling stuff every day, whether it's the cans, or I'll sit there and sometimes act like I'm a 3 technique and he's pressing the guard. So I'll widen. I'll be like, all right, step on me, make me hold that B gap, press it, cut, and basically like once they get to the heels and that defensive lineman declares I'm in the B gap, stick, explode through the A gap, so that's kind of our deal. Like, patience on the read, you see what it is. Your body's telling you where you are to make the cut. Patience, explode through, and we try to talk to him about it's kind of like, if you're aiming a gun or something, you see it, you're waiting on it, boom, take the shot, we always tell them you got to expect for a defender to be trying to fall off a block or whatever. So when you do explode, you need good body lean power, expect to run through either half a defender or some guy trying to hopefully only be able to tackle you with his arms, or he's overrun it. He doesn't have a good tackling base.
So I think what you showed us on the recording with the bag, reaction drill, something like this. I think this could be a good idea to implement in drills to practice this, attacking, holding, and then giving him a direction late.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we kind of, I always kind of compare it to basketball too a little bit. It's like, dribbling slow, they're dribbling slow. They see you, boom, they drive the hole quick. They're setting it up.
Yeah. Actually, the coach that just asked this question, he was involved in Innsbruck as a running back coach, so he knows Sandro really well.
Oh, really?
And he's asking how his boy Sandro is doing overall.
Sandro, man, he was so pumped up. I told him I was going to be on this today, so we got to do this again and get Sandro on here, man. He is a really great young man to coach, and any of you guys on the call, I know the Swarco Raiders, man. Is that how it's pronounced? Swarco Raiders?
Yeah.
So, any of you guys that's had anything to do with him, y'all did a great job coaching him. We need to come hire y'all to come coach in the NFL. Y'all did a lot better job than we did.
Be careful what you say. We record.
But he does an amazing job. He is, really, really polished in a lot of his techniques and background. And, he's a guy that has a great attitude every day and works really hard. And it's funny. We have, Saquon Barkley, really great running back, probably one of the best running backs in the world. And Sandro, and they really get along and talk about coaching points and stuff. And,
That's awesome.
We always joke with him. We call him the European Christian McCaffrey, man. So, but he's a good young man, and we have a lot of fun.
I think all of Europe is crossing fingers that maybe one day there's a chance we see him in a regular game.
Yeah. I know.
How that goes. Okay. So let me check real quick. I think for now we have all the questions. So I think we covered a lot of good stuff. Jody, thank you so much for your time. For doing this and sharing your knowledge. And I know we could go on probably for 2 more hours and we still wouldn't cover everything. Yeah.
One thing, I think football is such a great game of bringing everybody together. In all different sports of life, and showing you how everybody's, got a common goal and can work together and accomplish something special, and I'm just excited, for what you guys are doing over there and the 5Q coaching and stuff, what Gary Kramer's doing. I've known Gary a long time, and he's a great man. And I just really look forward to this thing growing. And like I said, I'm always open to helping you guys any way I can. Know Mario a long time, did an awesome job at Alabama, helping us win a national championship, and so impressed with his work ethic and the knowledge he knew, picked up and really helped us a lot at the University of Alabama. But, a lot of the drills showed some basic stuff today, but we literally, I tell you, at the New York Giants, our head coach, he came from the Bill Belichick tree and Coach Saban, and we work blocking, tackling, and some sort of ball security every single day. Now, with a lot of the new rules, we can't tackle full speed and do pads, but we're always working on the body position, our feet, our hands, our eyes, bending the right way, creating that muscle memory, taking the right angles. Because we always say when it comes down, usually on Sunday, when you get beat, it's usually the team that turned over the ball the least, or the blocking and tackling is still usually what predicts winning.
No, absolutely. So the basics, basically.
The basics. I tell you, it's like basketball. It usually comes down to who makes the free throws and rebounds.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So again, Jody, on behalf of all the German, European, or coaches, no matter where they're from, thank you very much. Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, guys.
Coach Wright himself, Mario, I don't know if you even know this, but Coach Wright was an all-state running back himself in high school as well, and still holds all the record as his high school. So that's where he learned the game. In fact, I think his dad was his coach. Am I not true, Jody?
He was.
That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So the great impact
time
that a coach has made in his life as well. So, hey, don't forget, we're going to put up the Power Conference. Will be up for you to register for that. It's July 17th. We made a decision during the season to that will be our only clinic during the season. Just because you're watching film and getting ready for game day on the weekends, and then we'll pick it back up. We've got a number of coaches we've met with. Jody's going to be back with us. In fact, we're scheduling when we can come over live and be with you guys as well on your turf and just meet you all in person too. It's really exciting to think about. But the Power Conference registration will be going up this week. Look for it. We'll send a note out on it so you can register for it. And get ready for that. But hey, we appreciate what you're doing. We're paying attention over here to what's going on in your part of the world and keeping up with who's playing, who's not playing. And we just appreciate you investing the time it takes to grow the game well and the right way. So from Fifth Quarter Coaching to you, thanks for being a part. And we'll let you know when the next time we're back on here.
And follow us on social media. Hey guys, I know it's not everybody right now still online, but talk about it, okay? Because Gary and I, we will try to improve everything we can that we can control. We both know that there's still something with the registration links we have to figure out. Mm-hmm. And we already talking about postseason, German season or European season, what we can do that's in the middle of the college and NFL season, we're trying to figure out. And this year was a start for us, right, Gary? I think we took first baby steps.
Absolutely.
We had great speakers, another great coach tonight, again, Jody. And our big goal would be to bring as many as possible over and then travel Europe and visit all the coaches and the teams and work with the kids on the field and talk ball and talk live and all that. So help us grow, okay? Like Gary said many times before, this is not about, and I'm gonna emphasize this again and again and again, this is not a typical clinic. Jody took time and we talk ball. Normally in a regular coaches clinic, coaches come and have all scripted. They have the PowerPoints, they have the reduced film. I'm only showing what we do, blah, 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 and all that. No, 5Q coaching clinics are totally different. We try that the coaches talk like they talk to the players, right? Or like I'm in a staff meeting. Hey, we got to do this better and this better and this is what we got to do. And I really believe that we can help a lot of coaches, improve on and off the field with the players. Yeah. And that's why stay tuned to 5Q coaching. Like I said, Gary mentioned it, July 17th, the Power Clinic from Zach Woodfin, strength and conditioning coach from Missouri. And will be great stuff. And then we will reset and then attack again.
That's right. And again, we appreciate what you do. Mario, let me read it. Fifth Quarter is really y'all's. We're just here to serve you guys. and gals, and make it happen. We want to give you the best resources we can to help you do this thing with excellence. And Jody is one of those guys. I've watched his life for a long time. And Jody worked with Zach Woodfin as well with the Power Conference for part of his career as well.
He's one of the best football or any sport strength coaches I've ever been around. I mean, he's unbelievable. A lot of cutting edge stuff for explosion and you name it. And he's a great man.
Well, look, it's getting late over there across the pond. We're going to let you guys turn it in. You got to go to work tomorrow, most of you. And we're going to let you go, but we appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, from Fifth Quarter Coaching, we thank you for
so much.